Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. So this will be like what I can say. Should you summon this weekend type of video? I'll make it like short and crisp. So basically, there are four type of banners. Okay, so if you include this crazy invocation and crazy divine banners, where like the raids or legendaries are two times. So apart from like the beginners or like very early game players, everyone should not summon on this type of banner. So that's my take on it. So apart from that, there are three, and there is an ancient banner, which there is no boost up heroes for lords or any heroes. So everyone should skip it according to me. So these two, like I'll not be talking. So the main two banners this week are Surprise Invocation of Spirits and Nascent Divine. So Surprise Invocation will be from the blue summons or the Radiant summons, where you will get like whenever you get your first legendary, you will get one more legendary. Okay, so that is one banner, and second is Nascent Divine banner. So Nascent means like you need to use your divine summons or legendary summons, and like the legendary, the first legendary you will be getting is an unknown legendary. So unknown legendary means if you have pulled someone like a Crash or Orim or like someone and you sold them, okay, you don't like them and you sold them, then you won't get that hero. So that is once if you have pulled like he is off the nascent banner. So this will be like a hero which you have never summoned. Okay, so if you have summoned someone and sold them, you will not get them. So don't worry about that. If you already got a Crash and sold him or like mm, then you won't get Crash again. So that is one good thing. So that is a second banner. I'll quickly categorize into four type of players. Okay, so one is like early game player, mid game, late game, and end game. So what is the definition of this early game, mid game, late game, and end game? So early game will be like you started just playing the game and you are just in that early phase, like maybe the first week or something, or like till you get Olka or something like you want to call it, you can call it that way. Mid game will be like the phase like you got Olka, you are in your what I can say gear rates, you are able to do almost all the gear rates till 18. So then I can say you are in mid game. So late game means like you are able to do gear rates like 21 of all three, and then gear dungeon you are able to make progress even if you are not able to do till gear dungeon 10, like you might come into the late game category, and end game is of obviously like you are able to do most of the contents. Maybe like you might not be able to do like gear rates 24, maybe like you will be able to do 23 or something. Like end game will be like the players who are advanced and who are able to do almost all the contents. Okay, so that's how I categorize these player levels. So if you are an early game player, like Surprise Invocation is good for you because like you will get two legendaries in cost of one, basically. So Surprise Invocation, if you are near to PT, it's good for you. And Nascent Divine, I would not advise like for early game players, like I would advise you to someone like Crazy Divine if you have divines and you have been saving. But it's for early game players, like the divine shots are or the legendary shots are very limited. And for mid game players, like I would not advise to summon on Surprise and Nascent Divine. So just hold your legendary summons or divine summons for some good banner or some good legendaries you want. I wouldn't advise you to go here because like if you are in mid game, like you will be having like what I can say handful of legendaries. So I just forgot to tell. So this is just only for like free to play players, not like spenders. If you are spender, like this criteria differs. Okay, or maybe like what I can say just a casual spender, okay, not a casual spender. Just you spend like a little bit, okay. Okay, so it's only for free to play players. So forgot to mention. And what I am telling is like, yeah. So mid game players. So for mid game, I think you definitely should skip these two. Okay, so divine you should hold for some better banner. Okay, and surprise invocation you should not do it because like if you are a mid game, I think if you save till next week, okay, and you have some rare crystals, then you will be able to make it to legendary means not legendary limited time like where you can choose your limited. So for a mid game, I think you need to choose either Wukong or Kigiri. You should be able to get it. So that's why for mid game, like I am telling like don't summon this week. Okay, so just hold your shots and like there is 1 week for Kigiri or Wukong. Just completely save it and put everything into the limited banner. So that's why the surprise invocation is a skip for mid game players. And for late game players, like I just put orange. So depends on like how much rare summons you have. So if you want to do surprise invocation, like you can do, but I would advise like not to do. You can just go for your limited and maybe try to get one more copy of limited if you want. It depends on what stage of game you are and what type of legendaries you have. Okay, so this will be like a 50-50. If you want, you can do like mostly you should skip it. But nascent, I think you if you have the divine saved, you can go because like you'll get a new legendary. And for late game players, like this might be the legendary that will be like maybe you'll get a Boreas or someone you'll be able to do gear raid. Let's say 22, 23. You'll be able to make the push. Okay. So that might be the change. Okay, maybe this is the banner like Nascent Divine might be the one you might be getting a low win. Okay, so depends. Okay, so you can do and for end game like you can go for both banners considering that you have like enough saved. So for me, like for example, I have like 28k diamonds and around 95 rare summoning crystals. So if this is the case, like you can go directly and do like 1+1. Sometimes you might get PT early. Okay, I have like 2 or 3 times got PT in like 30, 40 summons. So that can also be the case, and you will get 2 legendaries. So mostly for end game players, like this one will consume mostly for your awakenings. Okay, so maybe you will be getting some A3, A4s, A5s and all. Okay, and Nathan Divine is obviously a someone you should do because like if you are like me, you will be missing like around 10, 12 legendaries, maybe less than that, depending on how your summons has gone. So out of that 10, 12, like maybe 3 or 4 might be good and the remaining might be bad, but you can reduce that list. Okay, so maybe like I might get a Boreas or like, not might, I am like Morius like Narisa. There are new heroes like who got recently added, like Von, Numera. So I won't like any one of them. So that's where like I think everyone should do if you have the divines. If you don't have the divines also, you can give it a try. You will build the pity. If even if you don't get anything, that is fine. In the next summoning, like you can use that pity. So that's what I think you should do. Okay, so this will be like my video. Like I'll not go further, and I'll do a separate video on who should you pull for your next limited. Okay, depending on what all conditions you have. So definitely, like you, what I can say, the priority will be the next week limited. If you have like at least what I can say 40, 50, something like you have, then save it for the next limited. If you are having like me, like some diamonds and some summons, like you can go and then build to the next limited. Okay. Okay, so that will be in this video. So please let me know like what is your decision. Okay, so I have put a post yesterday and like from this I can see like most of the players are going for nascent divine and some are going for both and very little are going for surprise and some of them are skipping. So this will be like my generic view as well. So the nascent divine you should definitely go if you have the legendary crystals. Okay, surprise depends on like how much you have. So if you have like enough for the next guaranteed, even though you go for surprise, you can go. Otherwise, just completely skip it. Okay, so that will be my case. So what I'll be doing is like I'll be going for 1+1 and also I'll be going for this nascent divine as well. I have 25 saved, so I am like, oh, of course, I'll get PT. So when I'll get that's a question, but of course, I'll get a new hero. And one last thing, like this is to the players who are going for both. Okay, so let's say like you have decided to go for both surprise and nascent. Okay, so then you should go with your surprise invocation first. Okay, so what you need to do is like just pull your surprise invocation. Maybe like you might get a 2 new legendary heroes. Okay, which are like you don't own. Okay, then your nascent pool will get like let's say. mm, little more less, and you might get a hero you want. Okay, so I'd suggest first go for Surprise Invocation and then Nascent Divide. That would be my suggestion. But at the end, like it's a game, and like just do what I can say heart says, not your brain. Then only you'll get the enjoyment. So that's how I play the game. Okay, so just you need to listen to your brain, but mostly listen to your heart. If you feel like pulling, like you can do. Okay, so that's it with this video. Thanks for watching, and please let me know like what you are doing this weekend.